So, two ways to stay alive here. Hope that I pass into he plays an item and then I steal it and survive. That's really neat. The funnier way to live here is to just make our way downtown with our super casual 25% multicast. Got it. We're in it. Oh, that feels great. He's just going to slide on down.
Basically 1/8.
I think that's I've tried mono again, mono red. Dude, everyone loves mono. I think that in reality you want flexibility. You want a deck that can play for the option without committing to it. Like building a deck to commit for it is probably just kind of bad. So this is the kind of situation where actually, Fight Through the Pain doesn't make the survive, right? Because it takes 7 and then it goes down to 1 armor. So it takes 7 and then 8. Dude, Ursa's so good.
I think things are off to a good start.
What the shit? I just lose. Oh. Guess I lost. Dude, this is literally the worst conceivable start for me. This is so bad. Luckily, he's Rivering Axe, so... Does Merchant stream Artifact? Because I know he's part of the Artist Sharks or whatever. If you see Merchant streaming Artifact, ask him about the time he played Axe on turn 2. Dude, I so lost. This guy has Pick a Fight and New Orders. That's nuts. There's no way for me to beat that. That's unbeatable. I mean, if we're gods and we can top deck... Oh, we don't have a third cunning plan. If we had something... If we could play 2 spells with Zeus here... I mean, we could keep our Bristle alive, maybe. This is terrible. This is a nightmare scenario. I think this Zeus has to go right. Dual left had Bristle dying and denied armor. Huh, yeah, that's a misplay on my part. Yeah, that was actually a big misplay.
This isn't over yet.
So dual left is correct, by the way, for some of you guys who the math isn't clear on. So dual hits the Bristle with +8 damage total. My Legion takes 7, survives because of its 1 armor. It dies then to the Bristle and creep attacking it. Bristle then takes 2 extra damage to retaliate plus the creep, and it dies on the same instance. So dual basically just kills the Bristle and denies armor. That's a very, very good duel. I just did the math wrong on that. The major misplay. That's the kind of misplay that could cost you a game. It's pretty big. At the same time, we still have a lot of ways to get back into this.
I can't wait to kill someone with this thing.
Mazzy with Pike. I don't know. I mean, he's playing mono red. This is probably the strongest mono deck. Maybe. Maybe. I kind of want to end one for me his card. Don't you have to play it here if you're him? Mono green stronger swim. Dude, this guy's running crippling blow. He lost. But that's so good. I can't do anything about crippling blow.
It is an honor to be.
I like the idea to use N1 for me here, but it's kind of too risky to hold on to it. This does not really feel like the hand where I want push knowledge. I want an hourglass. Start on breaking everything else I need. I think at this point we can start playing for the game. So the question is, where does the Axe go? It could go right. That's kind of the lane that's not necessarily already being won. It's kind of overcommittal mid. It actually ends up being best to left, if not mid. So mid is the lane where the Axe presumably can't really go. Left means we have an annihilation if we can survive one turn. We've got nothing that really helps us doing that except for something like Cunning Plan. Luna does prefer going left if possible. At the same time, you have to consider what the Ogre might be cloning. Legion feels like it goes right, Ogre mid. So we want everything to be as survivable as possible. If Axe goes left, then Luna's 8 health will have a higher chance of surviving. And Luna likes being left anyway for reasons we kind of mentioned earlier.
15 seconds
Ogre
remaining.
needs to basically use Cunning Plan to survive mid, which, you know, we're okay with. At the same time, if we assume Axe might not go left, then we might need to use Cunning Plan to
5
survive
seconds
left.
remaining.
Because we don't have a,
2.
Eclipse in this hand. I think this swap might be better. The reason being is if you basically assume you're getting unlucky and commit to using Cunning Plan on left and mid, then what you'll have to do is basically use the Ogre here. So you'll need to multicast this. So he has initiative. Hopefully he plays a creep over here on the right side and then we can just Cunning Plan to stay alive. That would be really neat.
I'll take whatever you
Okay, no
control.
creep. So 2 ways to stay alive here. Hope that he I pass into he plays an item and then I steal it and survive. That's really neat. The funnier way to live here is to just make our way downtown with our super casual 25% multicast. Got it. We're in it. Oh, that feels great. Ogre's just gonna slide on down. That's easy. What's the EG in his name? I misspelled egg. What's going on here, buddy? So we just need to keep our dudes alive for like the annihilation turn. This card is actually pretty good. So this is where we like, I guess potentially got rewarded for playing the Ogre left instead of the Luna. Of course I say that, but if it was the Luna, then actually I guess he just Viscous Nasal Goose her. So if the Luna had gone left instead, spawns into the Axe, he'd Nasal Goose her with the Axe, and then I'm screwed because I can't slide her over like I can with the Ogre. So maybe this was necessary after all. I could have won for me the Stonehall Pike. I kind of hate this play. I kind of hate this item. It is something to do though.
15 seconds remaining.
I mean, I can kill the creep and start getting attack points, right? I like
5
attack
seconds
points.
remaining.
I mean, how bad really is this item? Yo, what's up?
This is the last food we have in the house. We are all out of food.
Oh,
Happy Thanksgiving.
thanks, man. Ah, nice. Happy Thanksgiving. We're screwed, dude. What are we gonna do? I want to buy more, but I used all my money on artifact packs. It's fine. I can actually afford to use a little weight. EG is shorthand for 8th gay? Dude.
I'm ready to stand with the vanguard.
It's between Nasal Goo and Arcane Assault. Arcane Assault kind of kills this creep. That's a neat thing. Kills this creep. Those are both neat things. Nasal Goo is like... It's really neat for next turn. I'll take the neat next turn. He wants initiative. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of want initiative. This card is so good.
Let's see them try.
Anybody running red without running Fight Through the Pain is... They're just debating themselves. Fight Through the Pain is basically everything good about playing Tidehunter without actually having to play Tidehunter. So we're just annihilating left, right? In which case we're always doing this. This does kind of trade poorly into Mazzy. He can put this Ursa right, I think. He could put it mid. Tidehunter's kind of mundane. Tidehunter kind of blows. That's an interesting deployment. He's also giving up initiative by playing Potion of Knowledge there. This is actually really important. It's a subtle thing, but don't play Potion of Knowledge until you can use it without giving up initiative. Initiative kind of matters. It's a pretty neat thing. So at this point, we want to be able to kill these both these lanes. Taking something like the Eclipse is fairly neat. At the same time, we kind of need initiative. If we use Hourglass on this, I think there's not really enough he can do to threaten this. We'll take this Hourglass here. He might use something like a Berserker's Call at this point. This will at least kill the Luna, but it will keep my Bristleback alive. If he passes for initiative, I can Aghanim Sanctum and take the Arcane Assault to take it back. I can also duel on top of that to push tower damage, which I probably would do just to curve. Either way, we're taking initiative back and we're going to Eclipse on the right side here. So Eclipse will, you know, presumably kill the Legion. It only has to hit her once to kill her because she's dying to Zap and Ignite. So Eclipse does very well, right? Using Eclipse mid is kind of tempting, but it's always wrong. Yo, thanks for the sub, Elm TV.
Hope this works.
Takes the duel. So we can no longer steal back initiative, which means we're going to need to take a natural pass here. If he uses Fight Through the Pain, then I guess we could duel to push 10 tower damage, but not having initiative would be kind of sad.
Sniper thinks I'm not lethal enough? I'll show him lethal.
Okay. Oh well. Is at any cost usable and constructed, or is Annihilation just better? I would duel this if I didn't care about initiative. It's usable. I think it's, I don't know, it's so hard to say without a meta being formed yet. Nobody really knows. Maybe Eclipse here is actually just bad. I could just duel her like a normal person. Wow, that's a really normal play. Isn't it? Yo, this is how, dude, this is actually funny. Nothing's actually spawning, right? So I just flip. Dude, wait. This is like the 2-round initiative play. So check this out. We're just gonna go ahead and duel this right away, right? Because nothing is actually spawning ever. This play is great. So now we take the Aghanim Sanctum. So look at this hand, right? We don't really. There's nothing we need initiative for, except the problem is nothing is actually going to happen. We have no red cards to play. We have no proactive blue cards to play. So we can Arcane Assault here, you know, trigger the Zeus, zap, kill this creep. That's a neat thing. And then we're just going to pass across for initiative for like 2 turns in a row because nothing is actually spawning. But keeping initiative now is still important. Because this is gonna matter in like 2 full turns from now. Thinking about the salve real hard. Hey Sim, do you think a direct tower damage deck with Pugna and blue control heroes can be viable in the release? I think everything is viable. You ever watch that? What was there's some meme Dota video with like No Tail saying anything can work. It's like that. So we'll just steal initiative. We're thinking 2 full rounds ahead with this one, guys. This initiative is gonna come in hot. Like nothing is spawning, so we'll just pass across for initiative. No. Yes. We might actually not be able to. Because we might need to play Hourglass. Dude, I really don't want to have to play Hourglass. Going for the meme there wasn't worth it. I mean, I don't think it'll end up mattering. We have kind of the stronger late game deck, but maybe that joke just wasn't worth it. Give me a second, guys. I've been streaming for a while. I've got to replenish my energy reserves here. I'm only human.
You wanted my attention. Well, now you have it.
Chaining initiative across 2 rounds. What's up, Deo? Deo, are you gonna play Artifact? Vester. Yum. Why not D-Portal in the 3rd lane? D-Portal does exactly 0 damage in the 3rd lane, which is pretty funny. The steel reinforcements are going to be pretty obnoxious. So, we have initiative. Basically, the only thing that we can really play for here is to commit to both mid and right. We're going to be committing Annihilation and Eclipse, which means Luna wants to go left. Or, sorry, not mid and right, mid and left. Luna wants to go left and Ogre wants to go here. We want to open up Annihilation as an option in as many lanes as possible, which I think means Bristleback just goes right. Okay, neat. 3 heroes here, 2 heroes there. This is the initiative that we got like literally 2 minutes ago. Is Annihilation actually good here? I guess this is kind of important to do. What if it's not? Okay, this is pretty good. I have actually gone through a phase in the past where I was thinking Annihilation is kind of a bad card. It's definitely an okay card. Like, I don't mind the card. It's kind of neat sometimes. Do you think that mono decks will become OP over time with more expansions? Do you think, or sorry, you said that mono decks will become OP over time with more expansions. Do you think releasing cards that require 2 color heroes would solve that problem, or is that a bad solution? It's interesting. So like you need a hero of this color and that color to be in a lane. It's an interesting solution. 5 charges. So this takes 4 per. I'm not really killing anything with Eclipse. At the same time, what am I really worried about if I'm not curving? He obviously doesn't have duel, otherwise he would have taken an opportunity to use it. I have no cloning to do here. In reality, like, I have 3 Eclipses. I'm not really using these. I'm just going to use it. I'm not sure if it is a good solution. It feels like, I mean, they'd kind of have to be, because of, you could only play them in duo decks. This was a misplay on my part. I played right into Berserker's Call by Eclipsing first. That actually might cost me. That was a really big misplay. Like, he didn't have Call before, but I enabled it by sliding the units together. And now I'm down for 2 turns. So that's 2 major misplays this game. Like, just that we're aware of. The turn 1 misplay not dueling the Bristleback absolutely cost me. And using Eclipse here before using... I was supposed to use Hourglass or Vesture before I used Eclipse. That's a really big deal. Now I've got some heroes stuck right. So, Thunder God's Wrath doesn't kill this, unfortunately. There's a few cheeky plays we can make here. Compel, D-Portal is useless. So we've got Zeus coming in on the Legion lane. We want to be able to kill her.
15 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. 3, 2, 1.
This is a weird turn.
Stand united. None can defeat us.
Okay, I need to kill the Legion here. This Thunder Gods feels kind of bad, but at the same time, locking him out of this mana is too important at this stage. Maybe I need to save Thunder Gods. Yeah, those misplays might really cost me here. 3 heroes being trapped in like the double steel lane is also really bad. I think the biggest question is, what am I really denying with Thunder Gods?
You can't run from the heavens.
Upkeep kill on Legion feels pretty good. I don't think I can Vesture anything in this lane. What if I can't Hourglass Zeus? What if I need to top deck duel, Vesture Zeus, and then duel him, and the Vesture plus the Hourglass makes him unkillable with duel? No, I can still kill him with Bristleback. Okay.
15 seconds remaining.
Okay, that's fine.
To the gods.
This is the health one. He's got a deck full of like several jank cards. We'd have to throw to lose this, but I mean we are throwing hard. This is definitely the worst game we've actually played, I think, all day. We might have misplayed like hard in some of the earlier games. That's a good TP scroll. I'd love to see a blink after this. Nailed it. I mean, the Magicking Maul is kind of good here, but I mean, so is TP scroll. I'm not actually ADing this tower, and if we're not ADing it, I just want to leave this lane with as many
5
heroes as
seconds
possible.
remaining.
Like, if we were thinking about ADing this tower, we would need them all. Does this game have too much RNG for a pro scene? Nah, quite the opposite. This game will have, like, a better pro scene than any other card game outside of maybe Magic. Probably Magic. It's like, it's weird to compete with that since Magic's pro scene has been around for so long. I mean, I'm not saying it'll have a bigger pro scene, but in terms of like the competitive kind of integrity, like, you know, the percentage chance that better player wins, which I think is a lot higher in something like Hearthstone than a lot of like people give it credit for. Because in Hearthstone, like the better players are still gonna very reliably do well at events. But I think in this game it'll be a little more reliable. So he passes across for initiative many times. Spring, Vesture, Blink, TP. We've got a lot of options here. Looks like left lane is kind of the only thing that ends up mattering.
Fifteen seconds remaining.
You won't escape me.
It's a shame D Portal does quite literally actually nothing here. That's really funny though. So we get Zeus out of this lane. This is actually a really funny turn. Check this out. So we compelled the Stone Hall into the creep. The best Vesture target should be the one that dies the least. I think Zeus should be basically unkillable. It's probably better to Vesture one of the red heroes though, I think. You want to TP the one that needs health the most and then blink the other one. So we're getting Zeus out of the lane. We're leaving Bristle in the lane.
15 seconds remaining.
Actually, maybe we should leave Bristle. So we TP the Zeus and blink Bristle. So Bristle has the Vesture.
5 seconds remaining.
Okay.
Wait a minute, sorry.
So yeah, this is kind of funny. we could D Portal as well. There's kind of no reason for it. Okay, this is interesting sequencing. Do you think the timer will be a big deal in tournaments? Absolutely. It'll be like a chess timer. I mean, the timer is built into the mechanics of the game. So now we TP the Zeus because we no longer need this. And the Zeus is coming back in the left lane where we want him. The Legion will stay here at low health because she's not really threatened at low health. He just has to keep passing back to us. So now we play the second Stone Hall Elite into the same creep. And both of them grow. Are we worried about him like preventing lethal here? I think we actually are. We'll just grow both.
Belisano said you could use some help, Commander.
I've never seen this happen before. Come on, guy. So obviously we're just bringing the chat. What's happening here, buddy? What you doing? He's really killing my vibe. I'm not gonna lie. Muted. So I'm complaining about the opponent taking lots of time. Listen. I wouldn't be. This is not normal roping. I wouldn't complain. It's just, you know, there's no decisions here. That's all. Trust me, I am in no position to complain about anyone taking time to think about their moves. This is actually hilarious. This is it. It's finally happened. This is the moment where it's actually correct to buy Jasper daggers. Amazing. Never before seen in Artifacts. Never seen again. Plays Time of Triumph. We're going to punch through that real quick. Do we need one mid? I mean, he can't really make other lanes matter, right? If he puts 3 right, we're still going to kill left too fast. Do a streamer tournament. There's a bunch of UATM. The problem is, I think all the streamers are kind of too busy streaming to actually arrange a tournament. Someone should arrange a streamer tournament, though. It's just not gonna be me. So, if you're this guy, you gotta be looking for a Time of Triumph. You could take a duel first to try to like slap one of my dudes, but you use your initiative for Time of Triumph here. I mean, that's just like the idea. Time of Triumph keeps his stuff alive outside of like Eclipse and Thunder God's range. So it's pretty spooky.
Let's end this quick and find its habit. I could stay here all day.
So our Bristleback is now feeding. Get this Bristleback to not feed. Shit. Eclipse at 6 charges. Actually has some amount of chance to kill Mazzy. We don't really have any sort of mobility here. Damn it, Bristle. You can't kill my Bristle with anything. So yeah, I think we can just open with Jasper daggers. Overriding our Blink dagger? Amazing. Oh, right through it. Tournament with Wife Coach Super JJ and many other was this morning. Yeah. A bunch of, I think a bunch of the Europeans are doing it. But we Americans just aren't coordinated enough to do it at NA times. $30-pack streamer tournament?
Ready to fight.
I mean, we can Eclipse twice over 2 turns. That's just kind of a good play, right? We could Nasal Goo before Eclipsing, but everything has too much armor for it to matter since this is piercing anyway. I guess Eclipse first just makes the most sense. Unless he's about to play a Bronze Legionnaire. If he's about to end his play with a Bronze Legionnaire, I should Eclipse afterwards. So we have right now... Duel is kind of a non-option everywhere.
5 seconds remaining.
I'll just Eclipse first.
Tear down the underworld.
I mean, we should just win next turn pretty much no matter what. Like, Eclipse into Deep Portal is just a very solid play. We want to use Deep Portal second. In case he uses Duel to, like, open up a hole. Like, if he uses Ursa... this Ursa has too much siege for it to matter. If he duels this Ogre, we can Deep Portal afterwards to chump it. Turns out this card is just bonkers. A bunch of NA players were not. Yeah, ones that wake up early enough for that. Do I look like I wake up early? I'm literally still in my pajamas, dude. We do need chumps. Then again, we do have more Eclipses coming in. Maybe it's fine to just do this.
That's better.
So this should be pretty simple. All we have to do is stop him from dealing 25 here, and we take a win. Honestly, that Jasper Dagger is actually that came in hot. Not gonna lie, that stopped 4 damage. Like the time is now dead, and siege is off, reducing threat. Ursa's now at 9. This Eclipse has 7 charges. 7 charges on average probably won't kill a 9 because he's getting a Legion there and probably spawning 1 creep. We have the ability
Now's
to.
the time to strike.
Did we need more damage here? I mean, we should be fine, right? He can't punch through 27. We have initiative. This is still going. Dude, this steel reinforcements is actually ridiculous, though. Can't wait for you to compete in a big tournament. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I'm accepting too many like casting gigs. I accepted the one for the We Play tournament next week before I was like signed with EG. After that, I'm gonna start curving into like playing in tournaments. I don't want to be like a caster. Like, I think it's nice to cast some events. That's just not what I want though. What's the point? I'm surprised you weren't at the BTS house in your robe. Honestly, I find them comfortable and kind of funny. I think like there's a certain point where it's like too far, you know? Like I don't want it to be like I show up somewhere wearing something so ludicrous it's just like look at me, you know? Like I don't want to, you know. That's at a certain point it's a little too much. So we have the initiative. Eclipse is fairly neat here. There's a chance it punches this Ursa. Fairly low chance. Could actually kill this Bristleback at the same odds because the Zeus is going to trigger.
Gotcha now.
I mean, all we need to do is stay alive, right? Dude, we actually don't have any chump blockers. This is really scary. If we could lose this game if he just punches through. We actually need to Eclipse here, right? We have no choice but to try to kill these. It kills all of them, and if it hits them 3 each, right?
Remaining.
3 each will kill any one of these. We could duel the
5
Legion
seconds
first.
remaining. 3, 2, 1.
Let's go.
Dueling the Legion first is basically the way we increase our odds, because the Legion doesn't have siege.
While you still can.
So now Eclipse right now kills both of them. Ah, this is a very normal play. That's crazy. So even if he plays something like a Bronze Legionnaire, Eclipse has the guaranteed wipe on his board. He could play Berserker's Call from Bristleback. That's pretty much the scariest thing he can do right now. This kills both my Bristle. I guess his would actually die too, because mine is Jasper Daggers. That's so good. So this doesn't actually matter, right?
It's wise to fear the dark moon.
Things are starting to look up.
Jasper Dagger is so good. He couldn't call me there. So at this point his win condition is, I guess, like Blinking Axe, right? Or something. Should be fine. Looks like he's got nothing. When you think about how skilled Swim is, and he played during closed beta for many months, and yet he can find himself doing many misplay, this game in esports will be so insane. That's a really good pasta, actually. Like that's like, it's like a subtle flame to me. It's like a subtle flame to the OP. You're covering all your bases with that pasta. Guys, this is a really hard game, okay? Like, no boozle. I'm making, like, I misplayed a couple times in this game, okay? Couple times. Couple times that I misplay, alright? Just, you know. The hourglasses does so much work. Is it just me? It's not just you. His playing's just in Swim's blood.
Who would dare challenge Axe? What could possibly harm Axe now?
What could possibly harm? Holy, that's an axe. Oh my god. Look at that man. 17-2. That's just what you like to see, you know? You misplayed the first turn of this match? Yeah, but, you know, NA math, right? That's not my fault, dude. Genetics. Culture.